Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome to our viewers on onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, there appears to be trouble brewing in CARICOM over the non-inclusion of some of the heads of governments at a meeting in Florida with President of the United States Donald Trump.
Only Caribbean leaders from the Bahamas, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica and St. Lucia are present.
But the chairman of CARICOM, Prime Minister of St. Kitts, Dr. Timothy Harris, and the Prime Ministers of Barbados, Mia Mottley, and Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, were not invited.
It was supposed to be a Caribbean Leaders Summit, a release from the Office of the Prime Minister indicating that Prime Minister Andrew Holness and invited Caribbean leaders will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump and other U.S. officials this weekend. On Friday, a photo op with the president at Mar-a-Lago, where the event is taking place. But only Caribbean leaders from the Bahamas, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica and St. Lucia are present.
We're honored to be with some terrific people that have been friends of mine, in many cases friends of mine. They've done a wonderful job in their respective countries, and we'll be talking about many subjects. Trade, we always talk about trade, but we'll also be discussing, I have a feeling, Venezuela.
In Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Keith Rowley had been facing criticism for not being among the leaders invited to meet with the U.S. president. His response:
Ladies and gentlemen, we have never stood taller. We have never stood prouder. As I speak to you now, CARICOM's position, as reaffirmed in the last meeting of heads in St. Kitts, is that there are 3 people representing and authorized to represent CARICOM outside of the heads and its caucus, and that is the chairman of CARICOM, who is the Prime Minister of St. Kitts Nevis, Trinidad and Tobago, through its Prime Minister or designate, and Barbados through its Prime Minister and designate.
He also took issue with the Dominican Republic's presence at the meeting. The Dom Rep is not part of CARICOM.
Let me not, for fear that others might use Dominican Republic's invitation as some failure in Trinidad and Tobago's part to get invited, I want to remind you all that it was right here in the Caribbean where hundreds of thousands of Haitian people were made stateless in a Caribbean country on the basis of the color of their skin, rejecting the right of birth in a land where they were born because they were Haitians. We don't have those as our problems. We can only speak as the government of Trinidad and Tobago for the people of Trinidad and Tobago and for CARICOM when we are so authorized.
Among the issues discussed so far, the importance of supporting a peaceful democratic transition in Venezuela, disaster resilience, opportunities for investment and ongoing security cooperation. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang and Director of Communications at the Office of the Prime Minister Robert Morgan are part of the Prime Minister's delegation.